Virtual Insanity, an iconic song from Jamiroquai, whatever happened to them. But that song, great music video. I think it even won Best Music Video of the Year from the 90s. That song came out in 1996. How does this relate to The Matrix? Well, The Matrix came out in 1999. I remember this because my dad pulled me out of class in the fourth grade to go watch that movie, rated R movie in the fourth grade, but he said I had to see it. And it's been my favorite movie ever since and very influential on me. But I wanted to go over the lyrics of that song because they are very predictive of the times we're in today with the metaverse and things like that. And even before that, with just the advent of technology and TV and all of this. So I was once told that art and the creative thinkers, they always get there before the intellectual minds. And now the intellectual minds are starting to figure out what some of the artists were talking about with their poetry, with their lyrics and things. So it's very predictive of The Matrix. It's interesting because it talks about that in the chorus, right? If you remember The Matrix, it's virtual, right? And even Morpheus says to Neo, you've been living in a dream world, right? You've been living in this virtual world. And in the real world, where does everybody live? Everyone lives underground, where it's still warm because the sun went away. Well, in the lyrics of Jamiroquai's Virtual Insanity, in the chorus, it even says, the future's made of virtual insanity. It always seems to be governed by this love we have for useless, twisting our new technology, and now there is no sound, for we all live underground. So I always thought that was interesting, right? That it kind of talked about those same sort of things. Now, does it relate in regards to what happened in The Matrix? Are they predicting that? No, but I thought it was interesting. But I want to go over the main lyrics, just because I think, again, some of it translates to what's going on today. With, like I said, the metaverse now that's coming out with all this virtual reality, but even before that with social media, our lives are lived in a virtual world. People can look at someone and say they have this great life on a device, we see that, but in real life, who knows what's really going on, right? And this was happening even before with celebrities. I mean, I remember watching, MTV Cribs, where, you go through these tours of these people's homes, and it's like they have all of these things, but then you start finding out behind the scenes, their life may or may not have been that good. Now, of course, it would be nice to have lots of nice things and to be able to travel wherever and whenever you wanted, but that's not exactly what gives us happiness, and it can sometimes possibly lead to insanity. And I feel like we're getting closer and closer to that as we evolve with our technology. We're getting a little bit nuts. We're not learning how to use it, all right? And that's been shown by scientists and psychologists with the statistics behind anxiety, depression, suicide, all those things from some of these technologies, especially in young kids, 14 to 17. But the lyrics, Jamiroquai, Virtual Insanity. It's a wonder men can eat it all when things are big that should be small. Who can tell what magic spells will be doing for us? And I'm giving all my love to this world only to be told I can't see, I can't breathe. Where have we heard that? I can't breathe. That's been all over the place. No more will we be, and nothing's going to change the way we live, because we can always take but never give, right? It's kind of like where we're at right now. A lot of these products and things are free. We're taking, consuming. We're not giving back, right, to the world, right? We're just consuming, especially in the Western world, especially in the United States. We consume more than anything. If you didn't watch my video on consumption, right, and obesity, that's my last video. And now that things are changing for the worse, see, it's a crazy world we're living in. And I just can't see that half of us immersed in sin is all we have to give these futures made of virtual insanity. Always seems to be governed by this love we have for useless, twisting of our new technology. And now there is no sound, for we all live underground. So that's that chorus again. It goes on, and I'm thinking what a mess we're in, hard to know where to begin. If I could slip the sickly ties that earthly man has made. It's like if I could get away from this virtual insanity, which now, if you talk to kids, they can't get away from it, right? If they don't have a social media profile, they don't exist. They're not with the crowd. If they don't stay up till 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning talking to their friends, they miss out, right? So what does he say? This sickly ties, right? It's like you're handcuffed, right? But it's you're handcuffed to sickness. You're handcuffed to all this anxiety, right? And we can't get away from it. If I could only slip it, right? If I can only get out of them. And now every mother can choose the color of her child. That's not nature's way. How many things do we do now where we can modify genetics, whether that be food? Bill Gates put out mosquitoes that were genetically modified to go out and kill other deadly mosquitoes. I mean, we're doing crazy things with technology, not just with computers and tablets and phones, but with genetics as well. That's not nature's way. Nature is natural. We like to get in nature's way. We've done great at it, right? Look at the world we have. But is that leading to a virtual insanity? Is that leading to a matrix-like world where it's just not even real? That's not nature's way. Well, that's what they said yesterday. There's nothing left to do but pray. I think it's time I found a new religion. Whoa, it's so insane to synthesize another strain. All right, I'm not even going to get into that one. There's something in these futures that we have to be told. Futures made of virtual insanity, blah, blah, blah. And it just kind of repeats the chorus a couple times after that. But again, I thought looking at those lyrics from 1996, right? This is pre-iPhone, really modern day cell phones, pre-social media. We still had artists and creative thinkers seeing the technology of the time as insane in a way. And now look what it's taken to, look where it's taken us. Facebook changed its name to Meta. They want to have this metaverse where you can basically be anything, do anything, much like the Matrix. Although the Matrix was just a normal life, everybody in there was just regular. Imagine how much more addicting it's going to be for people when you can do or be or have anything that you want on that. Are you really going to even want real life? But are you going to be sane? Are you going to be happy? Are you going to be able to live on this earth realm, right? Or is that all it's going to be? And for a lot of people, that's the way that they want. They want to have a great social media presence and this online persona, but they don't see the value of what's going on in their world around them, their immediate life. And I think that's dangerous for a society. I think that's dangerous for the world. And it feels like in a lot of ways we're kind of going insane. So is it just virtual insanity? Is it insanity in everyday life? I think the two have something to do with each other, but I thought that was interesting. Those lyrics are way more relevant to today than they were back in 1996. They had some inklings of what was happening in the Matrix in 1999. The Matrix is even more relevant today. Another Matrix is coming out tomorrow, which is going to be interesting to see. What they have in that. Keanu Reeves, interestingly enough, talked about how we shouldn't even make the metaverse. So, I mean, I'm not saying that you should think that Keanu Reeves has all the answers to life, but I just found that interesting that he could make that comment about that, considering he's a character who escapes the Matrix and is able to do good for humanity. So that's virtual insanity. Jamiroquai, I wonder what the heck happened to them. I used to really like that song. I still like the song. Music video is pretty cool, but lyrics, check them out. Really powerful. And what are we going to do about it? How are we going to change our path from virtual insanity to virtual or real Sanity. Good luck.